it impacted me from inside out. So that's going to be the bone of contention today. That's what we will be talking about. We just want to have spontaneous conversations from what we heard from our lead pastors on Sunday, and then.
Okay, so I would like to start off with what Pastor Ben said. The first question he asked, he says, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And he went on to say, if you don't know who you are, you find your identity in every other thing.
Sure.
And this is exactly what we find in the society, talking about girls, guys. First off, who gives a child an identity? It's the father who gives the child an identity.
So true.
Some people will tell you it's the mother's job to pray and pray and pray. Yes, it's the mother's job to pray. But who is the authority? Who is the one above every other? Is the father in the house.
True.
So the father takes the lead, as well as showing the way, showing the path, identity for the child. I remember when I was still very little, while I was coming up in university days, because the father figure wasn't really there, it's one thing to be present physically.
Yeah.
It's another thing to
So true.
be there emotionally and otherwise, So mine was there physically, but emotionally, we grew up in fear.
Oh my God, I can relate. I can relate very well.
The thing was, it affected me because I was the type that liked to talk, but I couldn't express myself.
Because of fear of...
What is it? They will smack you if you want to say something. You understand? So that way, I didn't know who I was. I got to university, and before I knew it, I thought that my identity was found in men. So all I wanted was just talk to this person and you're good, talk to that person, talk to a guy, or be with a guy and you're good. That was how I grew up. As time went by, experience is a good teacher, and God's so kind. Before you knew it, God blessed me with, family members, people who came into my life, godly people came into my life to show me the path. I'm still in the process, but I got to know who I am. That, look, I don't need to find myself in material things, in human being, but in God, So that's how mine started. And from there, I started sharing my stories to other people and telling them that, look, all these things we're killing ourselves for. A case whereby you work and work and work. You're like, if I don't work right now, how will people see me?
It's a challenge.
It's a big challenge, and it has become an abnormal thing has become a normal thing in a society. If you don't have an iPhone,
it's a problem.
If you are not following a big man, it's a problem.
If you're not being followed,
it's a problem. Just like likes and follows on social media, it has become a big problem in the society because these people, the genesis and revelation of this is people don't know who they are. Because if you know who you are, you know that, it's not in material things, it's not in human beings.
It's who God says you are.
Exactly. But I want to ask a question, talking about people who doesn't have an idea of God.
Yeah.
They grew up in polygamous homes and a home that, God wasn't preached or anything like that. So how do they now find themselves? That is my question. How do they now find themselves, knowing that... we just hear about God. We go to church for just activity, religion. May not be like, say, we don't go church. So my question now is, how do we help such persons to now find self?
This series, from listening to what our pastor said on Sunday, the topic is, you are a leader. And being a leader doesn't necessarily mean that you must have a position or you must be ordained a pastor. Because when we talk about evangelism, what people think is you must be a pastor, hold the Bible and then start preaching and all that. Those things are also accurate and they are very needed in the kingdom. But for us to reach out to a large number of persons, we have to lead. We have to take leadership by ourselves, from ourselves, and lead from inside out. There are so many of our friends who may necessarily not even come to church. There are so many people who may not even know about what we do in church. I have friends. You have friends. How do we reach out to these people? Now, social media is the new cool. Everyone, we have access to social media. We have access to Instagram. If you have 10 MB, you can upload a picture and you are good. People see what we post. How about we start from there using our personal handles to lead people? You are a leader does not mean that you must have a position. You must be the president of the nation to lead. When you step out of their house, or like our lead pastor said on Sunday, when you go somewhere to fix your car and the mechanic guy tells you, Oga, open your boot, he has just led you. So, each and every one of us are a leader, whether we like it or not, whether we accept this truth or not. So, wherever we find ourselves, there are people who won't come to church. We know that for sure. How do we lead these people? Is by taking God that we already know, God who has fixed us, taking God to the marketplace where we know we'll definitely meet people, taking God to our social media handles, like me being a social media person. It's me being intentional about my posts and everything that I put out there. And I let people know that this is the way to go. By doing that, a little step, a little drop of water makes an ocean. How do they say it? I don't know. But we are making an impact when you do these things intentionally. Yeah.
There was something Papa said on Sunday that really got my attention. And that's why it's important that after the Sunday service, it's important that we get the message.
Yeah.
Listen to it
Very
again,
important.
Because there's some things that you may not hear. You know, you thought you heard.
But when you listen again.
This time you are listening. Because in church, it's like we're all hearing. But we're not listening.
We are, wow, yes, all right.
Yes, preach. You know. But when you get home, you get the message. And you listen. That way you are able to listen and it digests. Do you know that? It was when I got home, I listened, I downloaded the message, I listened in. I listened to it for the third time. And I was like, when did Papa say this one?
Oh my God.
Yes.
It has happened to me before.
Like, that was one. And then the one I got the Rema was when he said, hunger they catch me.
Oh
I
my
am
God.
Hungry.
Thank you.
Do you
I was
know
coming to that.
Do you know that? I was in church laughing when he was making everybody laugh. And I didn't get the Rema. I go home, listen to the message, and I'm like, oh my goodness, so this is what he was talking about. Now, what was he actually saying when he says, I am hungry? It's like I say, I am a soy.
Wait. Let's put it this way. How do you say I am hungry in your language? What tribe are you, first of all?
Esa.
Okay, I am from Cross River. All right. How do you say I am hungry in your language? Amegbeme. In my language is Yowa Otumon Yum, which means I know you can laugh. It's allowed. Yowa is hungry. Otumon Yum means it's beating me.
Beating you, yeah.
You get hunger is beating me. But when you say it in English, it's I am hungry.
In other words, it has become your
identity. I am.
It's like saying
I am Joycey.
You are Joycey, or my name now, I am Esoe. That's my traditional name. I am a gift. But if you not say I am hungry,
like
hunger
I
becomes
am,
you, like
I am.
identity. You have
it
stamped
is
yourself
who I am.
with negativity. We need to let people understand this part. I go home, I digested the message, and I'm like, oh my! I was cooking and I was listening. I said, "Chai,
you know what I did? I wrote it out on my book, and I had to I broke it down. I am. You know, the one that even struck me more was not even I am hungry. It was I am broke. You know, we make use of this statement unintentionally, like, see, guy, I'm so broke, I cannot go out. So, man, see, sister, the way I'm broke this season, jokingly, we are naming ourselves what God has not named us. We're calling ourselves. See, we are embracing something God has not even called us. I am broke. You know, it means that being broke is who I am. But then, I am not broke. I am just financially not buoyant.
I need a replacement.
Oh my
That's
God.
the word. That's what Papa will always teach us. You don't say, I'm broke or I don't have money. No. Because the thing is, it can never be empty. So I need a replacement. Oh, Abba, I need a replacement too. It's just like when Papa will say, how many, is it 7 billion people in the world?
Okay.
God is answering to this one, God is answering to that, God is answering to that. I need a replacement though.
Oh my God.
I did not beg myself to come to this world. Yeah, that's the alpha.
If God cares about the birds flying in the air, how much more me that He created and He breathed into me?
Exactly.
You get so? I think you know. I was thinking about something. You know, when you go to the ATM to withdraw, or it tells you when there is no cash in there, it tells you temporarily unable to dispense cash.
Temporary, not permanent.
Not permanently. It means, see, in the next few minutes we're going to fix this thing. But right now, it's not possible. Doesn't mean we don't have money in this bank. So I think it's something we need to imbibe into us and make a culture into our lives. Instead of saying, I am, the one that's even more painful, because I know I have made use of that statement, but God, you know, you are merciful, you have had mercy on me, is, I am sick. I have ulcer. No. I have headache. You know, we're not even supposed to say these things because you are accepting a reality that's not God's reality. You know, so if we are dreaming with God and we are seeing from God's own viewpoint, we must learn to speak God's language. We must learn to speak what God is saying per time. You know, in God's kingdom, there are words we ought to use and words we are not supposed to use. And then there's something Papa said that really broke my head somehow. He said, you need to turn your identity into prophetic statements, or you need to turn your prophetic statement into identity. Yeah. I was like, okay.
That's like your identity always comes out from your prophetic words.
True. True.
How we need to wrap up now, you know, but let's just, you know, explain this a little bit. How does your identity comes from how do you get your identity from a prophetic word now? Okay. Let's break it down for them.
Okay, first of all, what is prophetic word? It is what heaven is saying about your life. It's what heaven is saying concerning you. That's prophetic word. So how do you get prophetic word? Before you get prophetic word, or for you to remember your prophetic word, you need to be in a prophetic community. Right. How do you remain in a prophetic community? It's for us to intentionally stick in a community. We have life groups. We are in a church family. So when we feel down, like, there's a way I'm feeling right now. Who do you run to? You don't run to, let me use the word, you don't run to social media. You know, social media is the place where we go rant.
Cast all your cares, worries on social media.
Like, right now, if someone can just tweet, I just the vex right now. I know you get joy.
Living life on social media.
Do you get, in my mind, okay, uncle, I know you want to pass out this pain, but this is not the right place to pass out how you feel, because all we are going to do is to laugh at these things or give you the like, press the like button that you want, and then everybody will move on.
Depressed.
You're
sending messages to people who don't even care about you.
We don't know you.
They don't even care about you.
True.
You're just entertaining them with your worries, your problems to kill yourself more.
So the basic thing to do is to find a community for yourself. There are life groups we have to. Life group is an integral part of our church family, where we get ignited, where we get built up, where we build our faith and we encourage each other. So when you go to a life group and you tell them, this is how I'm feeling, every one of the members of your life group, they just keep speaking words into your life. I sense that, Monica, I sense that God is beautifying your life. These are prophetic words. I sense that God is turning your misery into dancing. You see this, as tiny as this word sounds to you, they are prophetic words. They are heavy. So when you put down these words, and then when sadness comes around, you tell yourself, God is turning my mourning into joy. God is giving me a garment of praise and everything. There's a way it turns your atmosphere. It has happened to me several times. There's a way it changes atmosphere. You just find yourself getting excited. It has not happened, but we know certainly that it's going to happen. That's where faith comes into play.
We need to wrap up, Thank you so much, Joyce. And the final thing I would say right now is your place of work is your ministry.
Yes.
Actually, we've been taught this several times, becoming a leader starts from your small environment. Some people will say, when I get to that political position, when I become this, that's when I'll start. No, you are a leader in that small place you find yourself. What are you doing? That's ministry. And how you respond to people, how you serve people, how you sell markets to people. It's ministering. So what are you doing in that little space? That will now determine what will happen in the future. That's all I would just share right now.
Oh, it has been such an amazing time. Thank you so much, Monique. And see, these things we've been saying is not just words from our head or from our. So we listen to our lead pastor on Sunday.
And we're acting on it, and it's working.
We're acting on it. So all we want you to do is to kindly visit our online shop and get this message at www.ffi.ng. www.ffi.ng. It's going to be an amazing time, and I so believe that it's going to change your identity from inside out. It will change how you think. It will help you to start leading creatively, and then it will shape in how you speak to yourself, and you start living from God's reality, not from your circumstance.
All right, remember the message again for this Sunday that you can get from our shop is I am a leader.
I am a leader. I am a leader.
Leading creatively. Okay. So
you are a leader. I am a leader.
Very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you next Tuesday, Spontaneous Conversation. God bless you.